All right, we're back, and I'm back, and I'm better than ever. I really am. It's the Purple Yeti for another roar and his ridiculous moniker. Again, because I'm not going to give my real name out. I'm not going to do it. This week, I'm returning back to my Pac-Man shirt. Wagga, 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 wagga. Because I feel like I've just totally Pac-Man this cold I had in the last week. Yeah, I was really sick. Yeah, I still got tissues just in case. And I'm drinking this delicious nectar of the football gods. But I'm a lot better. It took me hibernating last weekend and a little bit this weekend to recover. So I'm back. And with the help of drugs, I am back and almost fully recovered. I still have gunk in my throat. But speaking of drugs, big news this last week is the other purple brethren here in the old Big 12 conference, TCU, getting in some trouble of the big boy school standard. Yeah, so 4 or 5 guys busted. Not only possessing the marijuana, but also with the intent of selling and distribution. Not a good thing, especially when you're at a Christian university. It kind of tarnishes the perception a little bit. So I guess, you want to be a big boy school, you're going to get into big boy problems. And apparently it's a big boy problem throughout the whole campus. So it's time for TCU to clean house, and I know our best stapler guy lookalike from the Office Space, Melvin. Oh man, I can't believe I don't remember his name. Gary Patterson is gonna drop the hammer like no other. He's gonna shove that visor somewhere and make it painful. Hopefully the rest of the players will get in line. It won't happen again. But, yeah, TCU's rap is a little tarnished. I mean, it's not Penn State sexual abuse tarnished, but, I mean, it's tarnished. So that's going to go, I don't know. It's going to go away, but not too long. I think they're going to probably bring it up in their first conference game. And it's probably going to stick around for a little bit, but then people are going to forget about it. People have such a short memory anymore. I don't know if it's the Twitter age or I don't know. Information moves so fast, but I'm not defending TCU. Can't sell drugs. It's against the law. Buy NyQuil and drink it. That's what I did. That's how I got better. I'm not suggesting taking illegal drugs. I'm just saying, Alka-Seltzer nighttime is really good when you're sick. Don't abuse kids. No, don't do it. That was the biggest news story of the week. And the second one is the other new brother of the Big 12 finally made it official. Yep. Well, that is correct. Tamundo. Believe it or not, everybody, West Virginia settled their suit with the Big East. They're paying money like I called it. And now they're coming to the Big 12. So I'll have a couple couches down here in Austin ready to burn. I probably won't go to the game. I'll just burn them anyway. So they're here, and what's even better about that is that the Big 12 schedule is out. Now we get to finally talk about the games that are coming up this fall. Excuse me, it's nectar time. So the schedule is out. Another schedule came out before I get to that. The spring schedule is out, and a lot of stuff's happening in April, a little bit in March, maybe, whatever. So we got about another month of downtime before we really figure out, who's looking good, who's not, whose spring practices are open, whose spring practices are closed. So it is this good little downtime to really crunch the numbers for the fall schedule. So let's get into it. K-State wise, no more Farmageddon at the end of the year. I don't know why. I guess they just didn't think it was that big of a rivalry. I beg to differ. Every year since that whole Farmageddon moniker came about, each game has ended within the last minute, close. You didn't know who was going to win. It was fantastic football, and me being a guy being a fan of awesome monikers, it's sad to see this thing kind of go away. I'll still hold it dear in my heart. I hope everyone else does too. Paul Rhodes up there in Iowa State is coaching up his kids, and I think he's got another year or two taking the Cyclones to a bowl before he bolts on to a better job. Although the rumors are he's pulling a Gundy and he might be actually a lifer. I don't see them having a great year like Oklahoma State right now. They're just too far north. They can't attract the Texas kids that far north. And with Nebraska in the Big Ten now, I think kids in that area are either going to go to Iowa or Nebraska. So it's even harder because they both now play each other in the same football conference. So Iowa State is on an island out there, but I don't see Paul Rhodes being the guy, a lifer there. But give him a couple years. I think Iowa State definitely make some bold appearances, be respectable. Maybe they'll get some of that Baylor hype that's going on right now. Well, they need a quarterback. But, yeah, Farmageddon is gone. So, oh well. They are playing, Kansas State is playing them at Iowa State, though, on the October 13th. But first they open up the conference at Oklahoma. Yeah, that's a great way to start the conference. So they're going to have to claw their way back up from a loss. Sorry. Oh, excuse me. I'm not just sick, but I'm also not drinking any Kool-Aid. Maybe the grape flavored NyQuil. But Kansas State did a great job last year. I don't know if they can carry that momentum in the next season with the same number of wins. But if they wanted to make a statement, then go down to Norman and beat Oklahoma in the first conference game. That's a tall order. We'll find out once spring practices come, and we'll see just how well Colin Klein's arm has improved. But so Oklahoma, and then October 6th, it's already state rival Kansas. Why so early? That should be later on in the year if they want to establish rivalry between Kansas and Kansas State. Granted, it's been blowout city, but I mean it is a Sunflower Showdown, and not any stupid border war. So I think they should probably push that to the maybe around Thanksgiving, but we'll get that later. They get Carson talked about Iowa State. West Virginia's next. Yeah, at Morgantown. K-State goes all the way to West Virginia. Man, that's why I wanted to burn couches. I'll do it in homage from here in Austin. That's gonna be a great game. Although, man, yeah, last year K-State I figured would be 500. I'm looking at the schedule. I'm thinking 500 again. Hopefully, I'm proving wrong again. So they get Texas Tech and Oklahoma State at home. I think Oklahoma State is going to be more competitive than what people think. I think Texas Tech, man, I don't know. I don't think that's going to be. I mean, I still have to see something from Texas Tech before I really call them competitive. After that, they go to TCU, and that should be great. I might actually try to make that trip. Haven't thought about it yet. But that should be a good game. That should actually be pretty evenly matched. I'm circling that one. We go to Baylor after that, and by that time we'll know whether Baylor is a for real program or whether or not they just really rode on the shoulders of RG3. So don't know about that. And then for some reason, Kansas State finishes the season against Texas in Manhattan. I don't know what kind of rivalry they're trying to push. The Big 12 is trying to push. Granted, Kansas State has had Texas's number for the last 5 times that they met. So maybe they're just trying to work some mojo together, maybe get some late season drama together. It is Texas. They'll always be, in it every year just because of the talent they get. So it should be a pretty good game. Doubt if I'll make the trip. Finney trip I'm thinking about making. It might be the TCU at TCU. Don't think I'll be going back to Manhattan next year. I would actually. I'm probably gonna wait until the stadium gets done renovating. But yeah, that's the schedule. Other scheduling tidbits of note. Let's see here. There's nothing really that exciting for me. I mean, the Red River Shootout will be happening, I believe, on October 13th. So, Red River Shootout or Farmageddon, take your pick. Oh man, Texas gets TCU on Thanksgiving. That's interesting. I'm kind of shocked actually. I mean, it's better than Oklahoma, I guess, if you want to do an in-state rival on Thanksgiving. I mean, it is Thanksgiving, coming home, family. You know, TCU is new to the family for Big 12, but, you know, it's not that far of a drive. It's a little bit further to Dallas than it is Waco. So, so that's that. Oklahoma, yeah, you know, I'm looking at all these, and everybody's playing each other, and it's fun and everything, but the real thing I'm interested in seeing next is the non-conference schedule. I don't know when that's going to come out. Now that the Big 12 is late to the party releasing next year's schedule, I imagine that they will probably scramble to fill in some of the slots. So Notre Dame's in there somewhere against Texas. So that is probably the biggest non-con I'm looking forward to right now, especially if it's in Austin. I can't remember. Anyway, so yeah, that's the schedule. Anything outside of the Big 12, nothing really exciting. You know, signing day came and went. We're waiting for spring practice. I'm getting better. The Sun Belt looking to expand. The Sun Belt's looking to expand. Nobody cares. Yeah, that's about it, really. NCAA keeps the 4-year scholarship rule, even though half, or at least half, of the universities voted against it. But they needed a 5/8 rule to overturn it, which is pretty interesting. Of course, half of those universities are on the lower side of the economic scale for universities, I guarantee you. So, yeah, that happened. The Fiesta Bowl guy is going to plead guilty for being a politician when he should be being a Fiesta Bowl guy. You know, spending too much money, not really reporting it or giving it back, and it's just a bad thing. So, of course, it's going to create another crack in the old BCS argument, which it's going to go away eventually anyway, but I'm not going to get on that. Man, that's about it this week. Next week, if something exciting happens, you know, I'll be here. I'll be here regardless. I don't think I'm gonna hibernate anymore. But y'all have a good week, and we'll see each other real soon. Until then, don't be a boring. Keep it at the roar. Hoo-hoo!